Good morning and welcome to Morning Moments. It is my pleasure to bring in another film producer. I've had a few film producers on, and here's another film producer with years of experience. She had just she was part of the production team with Past Shadows. Robert Shepard was on my show a few weeks ago and talked about that movie. And here's another person that was involved with that movie. We are so glad to have you with us, Melissa Howerton. Welcome from our area, right in Chesapeake, not just down the road from Virginia Beach. Welcome, Melissa. So good to have you with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity for having me on your show. Thank you.
I thank you for taking the time. Folks in the people don't realize in the film industry how many hours it takes just to do do what you do. And I thank you for taking the time today. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and why you do it.
I've been a film producer in the film industry for a while, and now I've been producing films. And I just absolutely love the time that I get to create somebody's vision to put up on a screen to where people can watch it. And sometimes it can trigger something that's going on in their mind, and it allows them to get another perspective on something that touches them. And I just, being on set, creating is just something that I absolutely love doing.
You know, I like what you said, taking somebody else's vision and that supporting role of taking that creativity that somebody else has in creating it, but then taking that to the next level in what you do as well, right?
I think so. I think with being a producer, that is a lot of organizing. It's a lot of strategizing. It's a lot of time commitment, time consuming. It allows the director and the cinematographer and the director of photography to really focus on creating what's on the paper up on the screen. So
it's a long ways from that what starts in the head, that original
yes.
vision, and what it looks like at the end is sometimes quite different, isn't it?
Oh, it can be completely different. I mean, you can have the screenwriter can have a vision and start writing it, and it could take anywhere, from a year to several years, and then you can attach a director to it or a producer to it, and then there's several rewrites. But I think once it's all put together and it goes into the editing suite and everything, it can be made into just an absolutely, beautiful story, a beautiful moment.
I've often heard that we are the sum of our parts, and as in it takes a lot to put a movie together. Even within ourself, it takes a lot of the parts, the pieces that we've had, the chapters in our life always prepare us, it seems, to where we're at today, doesn't it?
Oh, I absolutely agree. Yes, absolutely. As I've been told ever since I was a little girl, and now I really find that it is true, that you have to have patience and you just have to have faith, and because one thing leads to another, and it will happen. So.
And I think I was talking to several folks in your industry, directors and producers, and even screenwriters. And I remember speaking to Bob a few weeks ago. One of the writers says, and he was talking about rewrites, and what that original script was can be changed so much. And it truly takes a degree of patience to do what you do, doesn't it?
Oh, I think so. Yes. I mean, absolutely. I think it not only does it take patience, but you also have to be open to other people's ideas. Because I think, I can read something and then, like you said, no, Bob will read it, but he'll get a different perspective from my perspective. And I think that's where the collaboration comes in, with everybody involved at that stage. Because it allows people, especially the writers, to look at it at a different perspective, something that they probably never even thought of.
There's a dying to self and dying to the way you want it to be, when you say, what if we do this? And just
Exactly.
listen to what ifs. It's the what ifs that make the most wonderful creative things in the finished product, isn't it?
Oh, I agree. I agree. I mean, sometimes I've always said, the word if, I can't stand that word because it can change everything, But at the same time, with what you just got done saying, sometimes that what if could change it for the better.
Yeah.
And that's the part where you have to trust it, if it's the right thing, but if it's the not right thing, then you also have to trust it and figure out what the, right thing is, to do.
Uh, and it's the times in our life that we go through. I remember somebody told me one time, don't let the pain of the moment keep you from your purpose. Because if we're not careful, that pain of the moment, whatever the pain is that can cripple us, that can keep us from what we're supposed to do, can it?
I truly believe that. Absolutely. But I think at the same time, everything leads to something else. And sometimes if you're struggling through something, you have to push through and keep going.
Yep. Endurance. It's and relationships, if it's our marriage, and I was just sharing with you that this summer my wife and I are celebrating 45 years of marriage. If it's marriage, if it's your career, if whatever it is, we're in this for a marathon, not a sprint. And
Exactly.
and the long haul, we're in this for the whole event. And sometimes that patience and just waiting is the hardest thing, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Melissa, I thank you for taking some time for us today. What I'm going to do is put on the bottom of the comment section here, you're going to see this this interview that we're having right now will be on YouTube, and it'll be available for those who are watching it on Facebook right now, as well as some links down below where you could keep an eye on Melissa, her projects that she's doing, her work that she's doing now and also in the future. And also for those of you that may want to get in contact with her, there's those will be some contacts as well.
Thank you very much.
Any closing thoughts before we close?
I would just say that during your course, just to remain patient and be happy, and find something that will make you happy if you're not.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's been a pleasure here, and I thank you so much for joining me today. And I want to thank all of you for joining me on Morning Moments. If you've enjoyed this, pass it on to somebody else, and keep coming back for some morning moments. And God bless you.